It's not possible. I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. Today is April 2nd, 2024. It's Tuesday. It's 9:01 a.m. My name is Cheryl Renazza, serving as chairman of today's parole panel. My colleagues on the panel this morning are Mr. Prater and Mr. Tillis. We are at our remote location this morning is at Riverbend. And Riverbend, if you can hear me, I need you to turn on your camera, please. While y'all are doing that, we will introduce the staff here at DOC headquarters.
Jay McConkey, Sherelle Biggerite, Carla Williams.
All right, and Riverbend, good morning. I see you now. Could the staff at Riverbend please introduce yourself?
My name is Lieutenant Jonathan.
Good morning, Lieutenant. Thanks for accommodating us this morning. And
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Alexander, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
You introduce yourself. Tell us your name and DOC number.
Sugar Ray Alexander, 441219.
And we have with us this morning also Ms. Sarah Leger, your fiance, who's indicated she'd like to speak, and we'll call on her at the appropriate time to do that. You've been through this process before, Mr. Alexander, and based on, let's see, let me scroll to that page. You had a revocation hearing in January, right?
Yes,
January 18th. And at that time, you were not eligible for appointed counsel, which is still the case today. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
And during that hearing, you were accused of violating condition number 4, to which you pled not guilty. And then that's for the arrest in Calcasieu. And then accused of violating condition number 10, you pled guilty, and that had to do with your fees. Is that your recollection?
Yes,
And as
ma'am.
a result of that hearing, the board ordered that in lieu of revocation, you were to complete the domestic abuse battery program and a long-term substance abuse program. And after that order by the board, you were transferred to the Steve Hoyle program in Bossier. And we received March the 12th, we received correspondence from the nurse there saying that requesting your removal from that program because of your complaints about your medical condition. You want to talk to us about that?
Yes, ma'am. I have muscular dystrophy and a hernia.
Right. We knew about your medical issue at the time, I believe. Let me just tell you your case this morning. So we're here back revisiting the revocation decision. That's what we're here for today. So your case has been assigned to Mr. Tillis. Would you answer any questions he may have, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Sugar. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Tillis. How are you?
All right. What were the problems you had at the last facility that you were at?
I have a hernia that's been casing up, and it's like tangled with my muscular dystrophy. It's tangled up in my intestines, and it's real bad. And they didn't want to do the surgery, but I'm trying to get the surgery here, but it says it's going to be expensive.
Okay, so you don't think you can do the program without the surgery?
No, sir, because it's bad.
You're in a lot of pain?
Yes, sir. Because they said it fell into my intestines, excuse me.
So what are you asking for now?
To go take care of my medical, please.
And what do you plan to do about your drug problem?
They told me three times a week if I, upon release, go to 3 drug rehab 3 times a week.
You guys have a question you would ask it?
So, yeah. So after release, you were to attend 3 AA meetings.
Yes, ma'am.
That was part of the decision of the board at the last revocation.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have any other questions. Mr. Prater, have any questions?
What made Steve Oil program so difficult that you couldn't participate? Is it a lot of physical things that you have to do?
I just had went to they brought me down there to medical, and they seen my disability and my stuff, and it wasn't difficult. It's just that they didn't want to keep me there with my medical because it's expensive. They can't pay for it. So they said the board was gonna, either the DOC or parole board was gonna have to pay for it. And they didn't, it was expensive to get the surgery and everything else. And I wouldn't have been able to participate in the classes with all the surgeries that they would have to do.
So this wasn't your idea saying, I can't do this program because of my medical condition. This was their idea that you couldn't do this program because of your medical condition. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Didn't realize that.
And you don't think you could try longer?
Sir, I've been in a lot of pain. I can't even walk to the chow hall here. 43, it really hurts.
All right. Well, I tell you what, let's hear from Ms. Leger. Ms. Leger, is there something you'd like to say to us?
Well, good morning,
Morning.
everyone. Really, I want Sugar to come home. This is a really big misunderstanding. Yes, he was on parole, so there was a certain measure that he had to measure up to, right? And possibly not be involved in criminal activity or whatever the case may be, right? But he served the time that he needed to serve. And it's time for him to come home so we can put him in surgery, get him taken care of. And I know, like with parole, it's about rehabilitation of someone. And I think bringing him back home is the best thing at this time.
Okay. Thank you. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Mr. Alexander, is there anything
Yes,
you'd
ma'am.
like to say to us before we vote?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Are you prepared to vote?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Tillis?
I think at this time, I'm going to vote to deny,
To
to revoke.
Mr. Prater?
I concur.
Mr. Alexander, I think that I agree with my colleagues. We gave you the opportunity, and of course, due to your medical issues, you weren't able to complete it. But I do believe DOC is a good place for you to be able to resolve your medical issues before you do get out of jail. My vote today also is to revoke with the recommendation you be moved to a DOC facility to get to address your medical concerns. Good luck to you, sir. Lieutenant Jonica, is he still there with you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, that concludes our business at River Bend. We're going to sign off at 9:10, and we'll ask for an expedited transfer. Good luck to you, sir.
Ma'am.